Wait, is that how it goes?
I don't know. We're both dancing. I don't know.
Highway to the danger zone.
Down.
Gonna take it right into the danger zone.
Danger zone.
Danger
I thought that
zone.
Kenny Loggins and Kenny Rogers were the same person for a long time.
Kenny Loggins loves chicken.
Definitely different people. Guys, welcome to Real Awkward, the podcast that makes you feel good inside.
Sure.
And it's also the best damn podcast you've heard today. My name's Andy.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Ashley.
And we just want to thank you guys so much for giving us 2 wonderful years of podcasting joy.
Wow. What anniversary is that? Paper?
2 years?
I thought first was paper.
Oh, maybe.
Oh.
Wood?
Wood. Guys, if you haven't listened to this podcast before, we are doing something special called our Street Cred episodes. Amanda, what's that all about?
Okay, here's the deal. So Ashley is going to pull up somebody's IMDb credits. We're going to start at the bottom, work all the way to the top. Now we're here. We're going to shit on some movies. We're going to like some movies. Who knows what's going to happen? And that's what's going to happen.
That makes sense. Awesome. And today we have a very special guest, right? Sitting with us here in studio. Who was it again?
Tim Cruise.
Tim Cruise.
Good old Tim.
He's a body double.
Okay, so...
sorry, before we
Yeah.
begin, I have an answer to the question of the day.
Oh.
The 2-year anniversary gift is china or porcelain.
Oh. Want some
Thanks,
fine
Google.
china. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Amanda, for that.
I just Googled it really quick.
Fair enough. Okay, so today's Street Cred episode is all about Tom
Tim.
Cruise. Not Tim. It's not Tim. Tim Hortons. It's about Tom Cruise.
I've never been there.
He's got a cool movie coming out, or did come out, or might come out.
Depending on when this airs.
Yeah, we
Or
could,
when you listen to this.
Yeah, whenever you want to listen to it. He's been a mainstay actor for a long time. Ash, why don't you tell us what Tom Cruise is all about?
Okay. So typically I'll read a little bio in IMDb. This one is particularly amusing.
All right.
So I'm going to read this little preface because I want to. In 1976, if you had told 14-year-old Franciscan seminary student Thomas Cruise Mapother IV that one day in the not-too-distant future he would be Tom Cruise, one of the top 100 movie stars of all time, he would have probably grinned and told you that his ambition was to join the priesthood. Nonetheless, this sensitive, deeply religious youngster who was born in 1962 in Syracuse, New York, was destined to become one of the highest paid and most sought-after actors in screen history.
Whoa. It didn't even say his name?
I'm not, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bartholomew
Thomas
III or
Cruise
whatever.
Mapother IV. Tom is the only son among 4 children of nomadic parents, Mary Lee, a special education teacher, and Thomas Cruise Mapother III, an electrical engineer. His parents are both from Louisville, Kentucky, and he has German, Irish, and English ancestry.
Dang. Okay. Legit.
That's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
That's good
all.
enough.
Oh, that was it then?
We're not going to talk about anything else about Tom Cruise jumping on couches.
It
None of
doesn't say
that.
anything about Scientology in there?
Oh, man.
About how he divorces all of his wives right before the 34th birthday. None of that.
Does he
weird-
really? Is
that's
that a thing?
It's a weird...
It's like 32nd, 33rd, something right in there. He divorces them like right before their birthday. So it must be something in like their prenup or something. That's what I'm convinced. The
That's
crime
so weird.
person in me. Yeah, look that shit up because it's crazy.
I will. We could do a whole episode on Tom Cruise conspiracy theories.
Thomas Cruise.
Oh my God, can I?
He's got the teeth in the middle. He's lizard people.
he is a lizard
people.
person. He is. The tooth in the middle of his face, I can't unsee it.
Like, that's his face. That's just his face. It's not his fault.
Okay, first of all, I have to say, I'm using Andy's phone because mine is too dead. You need a pop socket, dude.
Sorry.
If I drop this phone,
Yeah.
it's your fault.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready? Let's cruise right through this.
Get it.
Got him.
Okay, his first movie was Endless Love. No?
Okay.
All right.
It looks very sexual.
Oh.
Taps.
All right.
Losing It.
It's what I feel like doing on this podcast because
The
I haven't
Outsiders.
seen these movies. That's the only one that I think I know of. Right, Amanda? Outsiders?
All of the Tom Cruise
Yeah.
movies, and that's the only one that you know.
That's the only one I know
That's
is
the
Outsiders.
only one. I've been
Well,
watching
of those
movies
4
my
movies
entire
that you
life.
just
That's
mentioned.
the only Tom Cruise movie I know.
Single one. Just one.
Only one.
Okay.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was okay.
It's good. I remember it was one that we watched in school. You know, so but it's fine.
So it must have been PG,
It was. Yeah,
Maybe.
it was.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, deal.
Risky Business.
I love that movie. It's actually really good. Do you know about it?
Is that the one where he's in his underwear?
Yes.
That's
That's
what everybody
all I know about-
knows is that famous
all
scene.
I
He's
know
in a
about
white
it.
shirt. He's in a white button-up shirt with sunglasses on in his underwear, and he's singing. What's that song? What's he singing?
I like that old time of rock and roll.
Yeah, that kind
Yeah.
of music just soothes the
Soothes
soul.
my soul.
Yeah. So anyway, that was famous, but the movie itself is he's home alone at his parents' house for the weekend, and he ends up getting a prostitute. But what he does is he ends up falling in love with her, Pretty Woman style, and then
Risky.
she owes money to like a crime lord or something like that, and they
That's
literally
the business part.
yeah, that's
of
the risky
Risky
business part. And they end up having to like hustle a Fabergé egg somewhere. It's kind of, I don't know, it's weird.
Huh.
Kind of weird, but it's actually a decent film.
I ain't never seen it.
Not bad.
All the Right Moves.
Nope.
Nope. Legend.
Yes.
Yeah, Tim Curry. Ooh, that's one we should do.
You want to do Tim Curry?
Yes.
You think
Nice.
he'd be better? He actually feel bad for Tim Curry right now because he's basically a vegetable in a chair.
Well, he had a stroke,
Yeah.
and so he's, I think, pretty like non-mobile.
Yeah. And it's crazy
but-
to know that the same
yeah.
guy that did the Time Warp isn't doing a lot now.
No Time Warp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bummer.
But okay, before we move on from Legend, the practical effects are incredible.
Well, it's a Jim Henson movie, I believe, but it's just Tim Curry as like Lucifer, Satan, whatever that his name is.
Yeah.
Like his horns and his whole costuming is insane.
Yep. I've never actually seen anything as good when it comes to that type of character portrayal. Everything else has never been as grand.
It's amazing.
I like it. Have you seen it, Ash?
Nope.
Oh, you need to see it.
It's worth watching. It's very much kind of like boy saves girl from a bad guy.
Right.
But the effects and the like puppeteering and stuff is amazing. If you like like Labyrinth and kind of Dark Crystal kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
I think Legend is better.
Oh, that's a bold statement, Cotton.
See how it works out.
Right. I like it.
I
Legend.
will say I'm going to guess that I've probably seen like 3 Tom Cruise movies.
Wow. And he's
Oh.
a famous actor.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I really am a big Tom Cruise fan. So I've probably
like-
seen a lot. I think he is a certifiable crazy person.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason I like him. But he's a good actor. Like his movies, like a lot of them don't have a ton of substance, but I know that if I'm gonna watch Tom Cruise movie, I'm probably just gonna have a good ride, right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
So
Well, I know for him, normally in these street creds that we do, I often find myself being like, it takes 10 to 15 movies before they are in something famous enough that I've caught.
Yeah.
But so far, I've seen a couple of his early.
Yeah, like number 4.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I feel like he was pretty successful kind of from the get-go and has been just kind of like stayed kind of like right in the
Consistent.
middle of it
Yeah.
the whole time.
It helps that he's a producer and a lot of stuff too. So I think he's like,
Yeah.
he's in Hollywood on top of being an actor.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Top Gun.
Ooh.
Never seen it.
Yeah. We didn't know
I'm just playing.
we didn't know the theme song or anything.
Well, you were 2.
I think I was 2. Okay.
It was too young.
I still think I don't know if you've seen Cobra Kai. Amanda, did we talk about this? Okay. So in Cobra Kai, basically the main character, Johnny Lawrence, is like the epitome of like a guy that sits down, drinks a beer, and watches Top Gun. I feel like Top Gun is that film. Like it's that film where it's like, if I want to sit down and feel manly, I'm going to watch Top Gun.
And watch a homoerotic volleyball scene.
Yep. And it's actually I remember when we worked at Blockbuster, I'd put that one on and then parents would be pissed because there's a sex scene.
Yeah, maybe not.
Take my breath away.
It's PG though.
So, my mom loves that movie. So, growing up, there's a couple movies we would watch over and over and over: Free Willy, Tarzan, and then Top Gun. So she's so excited for the new one. Like she's like already planned her whole life around the sequel. And so it got postponed like multiple times. And she was like, every time she's like, my movie got postponed again. Devastated.
Well, I know Tom Cruise, he didn't want to let that one out until it was done. And I don't know if that was the film that he got pissed off at. Because I know that there was
I think that was Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to make a film in the middle of COVID, and he was like, all of our fucking jobs are on the line. Yeah.
People's families.
Yep.
Next one is The Color of Money.
Pool, right?
Yeah.
Yes. He's a pool
it's
shark.
got Paul Newman, I think.
Yeah, actually, I think it's a
remake
of The Hustler, right?
The Hustler, yeah.
Yep.
So, so funny story time. Because we have a million of those. In the movie, Tom Cruise's character wears a black shirt with white lettering that says Vince, because that's his character's name. When I watched that, I was like, I need to do that. So I made a black shirt that said Amanda on it, and I wore that for years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's rad.
Next.
Yeah, I think we're good because The Color of Money, it's not like it broke barriers or anything.
Okay.
And it was a reboot.
It's like
It's
just like a TV movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Yep.
Cocktail.
That's about a bartender.
Yep.
Cool.
He does the crazy flips and shit with the bottles.
I think that's the first time people saw that stuff, though, right?
Probably.
Like the first time people were really like, oh, dang, dude, there's tricksters out there in the bar scene.
There's tricksters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one is definitely Rain Man.
You dick.
Got him.
Freaking A.
Got me. You got me.
Yes,
You
but
got me.
Academy
I was like,
Award,
are we
right?
having a problem?
It was, I was like, Ash is having an issue on
Rain
the
Man,
podcast.
did you guys ever have Rain Man come to your school?
What?
The
What?
actual Rain Man.
Oh, no.
Because Rain Man was based on a true story.
Yeah.
And that guy
I
would
thought
like
I was
going
gonna
to
be
our
like,
school
you had
and for like
Dustin Hoffman
assemblies.
never told me?
And he would do that thing where like, what day of the week was like March 4th, 1937? And he would be like, Thursday.
Oh.
Or like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, see, he must have been autistic,
Yeah.
then, right? Dustin Hoffman, right, plays
Yeah.
him. And
Yeah.
is Tom Cruise his, like, caregiver
I thought it was like his brother.
or his brother? I don't really remember the story, but I do think, was it Academy Award nominated or won?
I don't know.
it was his brother.
Not
It-
his actual brother, sorry.
It won 4 Oscars.
Yeah, see?
Shit.
It's a
Yeah.
good film.
Yeah.
It's a good film. And Dustin Hoffman deserves it.
Oh, he
but
did
now,
such a good job.
Now he'd be canceled for trying to portray something like that.
Born on the 4th of July.
That sounds boring.
Sounds patriotic.
Other than
I was
fight.
going to say, I bet it's like a war movie.
Oh, I bet. Is she right?
Oh man, I feel like this can take us a long time to get through this.
Could be.
Vietnam War.
Yep. God, Amanda's good. Pew, pew, pew. Finger guns.
Days of Thunder.
Oh, racing. Like
Doesn't
Formula
that have
One,
like
right?
a speedboat on it or something?
I feel like we're playing a game. I feel like we're
Speedboat.
playing a word association game where
Yes.
I say a Tom Cruise movie title and you guys are like war.
Wait, no.
Racing.
Days of Thunder.
Pool.
Sorry, Days.
Bartender.
Stop it. Days of Thunder was NASCAR, and guess what? They made video games off of it. They made an NES
Of course
game.
they did.
How much is it?
It's probably worth $13.
Okay. Far and Away.
I think that's Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman.
Yep.
And it's like early settlers, like they're people who like just came to America.
From Ireland.
Oh yeah.
Is this where they met?
Quite possibly.
I bet
Yeah.
They've been in a few movies
early
together.
'90s.
Yeah, because they were married shortly after that. I think.
Yeah, because he was, I think, married to Mimi Rogers before that.
Oh, I forgot Mimi Rogers existed.
I remember we watched that in my
she
history
is.
class.
You don't know.
I put it away, like, it was fine.
Yeah,
Okay. A few good
I believe you.
a few good men.
How many?
You can't handle the truth.
Frickin' A. That I feel like that was parodied for so long.
The Firm.
Yeah.
Oh, you just cruising right past that? Because wasn't that a big one for Tom Cruise? Like that was like
Yeah.
an acting one where people were like, "Damn, he's really got some chops."
It's the movie, like, a few good men, like, it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
it's a good movie, but
Yeah.
it's like a courtroom drama.
Very much so. That's true. You're right. The whole thing is it like Navy, right? Like Navy.
Yeah.
Court.
I think so, yeah.
Whatever that's called. NCIS.
Do you want to guess what the next
Sure.
one is?
Yeah. What?
The next movie?
Uh.
I'm just joking because I already said it. The Firm.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Were you firm on that?
The Firm is a John Grisham novel. That's all I know.
Is it about?
I think
lawyers?
So it's
I
lawyers.
feel like I've seen it, but I couldn't tell you anything about it. I went through a phase where I was watching a lot of his like 90s movies.
Yeah.
And so I'm willing to imagine I've seen it, just couldn't remember it.
Fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
Interview with a Vampire.
Banger.
That one was like, let's get the two most attractive actors in all of Hollywood to be in a film together.
Yeah, it was that Brad Pitt.
And
Yeah.
Go
hey,
listen
no,
to our
3,
Brad Pitt
Antonio Banderas.
Street Cred.
Antonio Banderas is in that one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess I missed it.
You should okay. It's very like la la la, like the very just kind of like pretty men, but the story's really good, so it is worth watching.
It's a pretty man movie.
But it's very good. I mean, Brad Pitt, he plays a decent part in it. It's good.
Who's doing the interviewing of the vampire?
I believe it's Brad Pitt's like memoir kind of thing.
Got it. Okay. All right. Check.
Okay. Mission Impossible.
Din, 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 din.
Okay.
Banger.
Side note, we used to play this song in orchestra,
Uh-huh.
and it's like a 5-1 signature, like the time signature.
So how does it go?
So it's like do 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 do. You have to like give it that half pause. It's hard. It's hard.
Da-na-na.
Just saying. I think I've seen this one. I think you made me watch it.
Dunna.
Ding, 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 ding. I only know that forever. Like I could
Yeah.
go for like
Okay,
3 minutes.
so I used to have this album by this band called Rehab, and it was just a lot of like weird rapping stuff. I don't know. All of a sudden, like at like the second half of the album, one of the random tracks is just some guy in the microphone going duh 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 duh. It's so funny.
So okay, let's just say that was probably Tom Cruise's most popular film.
I mean, come on, the
Yeah.
scene where he's like
Yeah.
being lowered down and
Yeah.
like he stops himself, like it's still parody.
Yep. It's iconic.
And I think this is where you really start to see him as like the action star.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon he'll get a reputation for being the action star who does his own stunts.
Oh, right. And he was still doing it up till he was like 50 some years old. I
He
think just
still
recently
does
he,
it.
Yeah,
He still does it.
I thought just recently he like there were some of them he just couldn't do, but he wanted to, and they're like, "Sorry, dude." Yeah,
that's the thing. Like legally, there are certain things that he can't do.
Right.
But like, and there's certain things that like physically no human being would survive except for Ethan Hunt, apparently.
Yeah.
But like, no, he does as many as he can, and there's a movie that we'll get to probably towards the end of the list where we'll talk where he actually like gets seriously hurt.
Oh, right. Yeah. I do
Yeah.
know, was it Ben Stiller on MTV, like did a huge parody of him and Brad, like, or him and Tom Cruise, like he was pretending to be a stunt double. Do you
Mission
remember?
Impossible 2.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he had the longer hair and he got the
Mm-hmm.
laugh down. It's funny. Sorry. Go ahead.
Cool.
Ash is like, awesome.
All
Move
right.
on.
Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Wow, I really thought you were going to do a much better impression than that.
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
I think that's verbatim how it goes.
Okay. I've seen it.
Honestly, I think that movie sucks.
Is it one of those that's like it's way too hyped?
I think that like when it came out, it was very 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Cuba Gooding Jr. is good in it. I think his acting is okay, but their love story is stupid. The whole you had me at hello. Like, bitch, why'd you let him talk for so long then?
Yeah, this is true. I think with Cuba Gooding Jr., that was his debut or something similar to that, right? Like one of his first big films.
I think that was his first thing to really get him some notoriety.
Yeah, pushed him through.
Did it win stuff?
I don't know. I thought Jerry Maguire was.
It did win an Oscar.
Known for a couple Oscars.
An Oscar. I just said.
One.
Just one. Next was
I think just Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, he won?
Was he the main actor?
I feel like he did.
Best supporting actor, or was Jerry Maguire the actual actor?
I feel like I
Let
think
me
he was
go
best
back.
supporting actor.
Yeah, I bet Amanda's right.
Now I have to know.
Dink 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 dink.
Best actor in a supporting role.
Yep,
Cuba Gooding Jr.
got him.
Okay.
Okay.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh God, I actually watched that all the way through and hated
sorry.
every minute of it.
It's a Kubrick movie.
It's weird.
It was literally just
Kubrick's
let's
weird.
wear masks and have sex with random people for 2 hours, and most of the time you don't know what the hell is going on. Yep.
Is that like the opening credits song?
That's quite literally the film.
That is literally the film. He just gets dragged into a sex ring, and it's awkward. Who's in that with him? Was it also
Nicole Kidman?
Nicole Kidman, yeah.
Yeah.
That 90s stuff was like, we're gonna push the envelope, but it's like, no, you're just weird. You lick the envelope and put it back.
I wouldn't say it's because it's 90s. It's because it's a Kubrick film.
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick is always off like that, but he's also had bangers. So,
Well, he's not allowed in the United States anymore. So
there's a reason.
His next movie is Magnolia.
Ugh.
That's it.
I don't.
It has an 8.
know if I ever saw that one.
It has
No,
an
I
8 out of
actually
10.
think people like it, but it's very much like watching Chocolat for me. I'm like,
Chocolat.
or whatever it is.
It's
The French are cringing right now. Mission Impossible 2.
That's the one where he has the longer hair and he's free rock climbing.
And he did his own stunts.
Where have I heard that before?
On motorcycles with John Woo. John Woo directed that one.
And
John
he did
Woo.
this.
Okay. But Mission Impossible 2, I'm assuming, was just as popular as Mission Impossible 1.
I think it was, but it was crappy. It's the least best.
Yeah, is the
The
least best.
Because that was 4 years later.
Yeah, right.
They're all good. They're all very watchable, just kind of popcorn movies.
Right.
But in my opinion, that one's the crappiest one.
I agree. I can agree
All
with
right.
that.
Isn't the second one always the crappiest?
Well,
Mostly.
I think so.
Not Star Wars.
That's for another day.
Yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious.
But
Is that
okay,
Tokyo
I will
Drift?
say now that I've gotten a little I've gotten over it a little bit. The Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom
Yes.
is not as bad as I once thought it was.
Nam Shiba.
Okay.
Sidebar.
I think it's good. I think it's kooky, right? Short Round is a very kooky character, and to be honest, his
Yes.
love interest, Kim Basinger.
Oh
right?
my god, that's not Kim Basinger.
Wait, who was it?
I don't know what her name is off the top of my head. She was married to Steven Spielberg. Her character is so annoying. All she does is scream.
Oh wait, you're right. It's not Kim Basinger. I know what you're talking about though. Who that actress is. I don't know who she is. I know what you're talking about of her.
Kate
Let's move
Capshaw.
on. Let's move on.
Willie's character is the most annoying person on the planet.
Yeah, she's probably the least liked out of all the counter actors. What's it called? Supporting actors. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, but that's not Tom Cruise. That's Indiana
Yeah, sorry.
Jones.
Vanilla Sky.
Ugh. That's when he was making these movies like Magnolia and Vanilla Sky.
Yeah, wasn't
Isn't
that
that
another
also
just
with Nicole
weird
Kidman?
sex one?
Which one?
Vanilla Sky. Wasn't that just another weird sex
I
one?
don't know if it was.
What's the synopsis on that one?
It says, what's wrong?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Why did you do that?
Doesn't matter.
A self-indulgent and vain publishing magnate finds his privileged life upended after a vehicular accident with a resentful lover.
Oh,
That
so
being Penelope Cruz.
so it
Cruz and
was-
Cruz.
So it was a sex movie.
Probably.
And Cameron Diaz was in it. Kurt Russell. I don't know who's who. I ain't never seen it.
I ain't never seen it.
Then he did Minority Report.
I like that movie.
I do too. It's good. That was one that like during my kind of rewatch of all of his movies, I never watched it.
Yeah.
And so I had to go back and watch it. And honestly, I really like it. It reminds me a lot of like iRobot.
Yes.
But I think it's pretty good.
Is it Spielberg that directed that one too? Ash?
Sorry. Not paying attention to you. I was zoning out, to be honest. Yes, it was Spielberg.
Yeah, I like that one. That's one I have watched. That is one I have rewatched.
I thought it was, I mean, it's a cool premise. It's a good sci-fi movie because I don't think he'd done sci-fi. He did some fantasy and did some action, but
Yeah, not to the extent that this is sci-fi. And I think Colin Farrell was in that too, if I remember correctly.
oh, was he the bad guy chasing him down?
I
I don't know. I feel you.
He was in it. I'll confirm that.
well, because that was very early on in his American career.
Yeah. Right.
So, it's good.
Okay. That's nice.
Austin Powers and Goldmember.
What was he?
Tom Cruise
He
slash
plays Austin.
famous
Doesn't he-
Austin. Austin Pussy.
Yeah, he plays Austin Powers.
What? I do not remember that.
It's like a spoof where he's Austin Powers.
Okay. I guess I have to rewatch it again. This is Goldmember?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought so.
All right.
I don't know.
Whoops.
This next one was The Last Samurai.
Actually, that's a good film.
That's fine.
That's not a bad film. But he goes and he's like a soldier and then he helps a clan in Japan
Yeah.
to fight for their side.
Collateral.
Keanu Reeves kind of.
Very much, yeah. Sorry, you said Collateral?
Collateral.
That's actually a
That
really
movie's
good movie.
good.
Yeah, that's with Jamie Foxx, right?
I liked it because it was very much like very different than what Tom Cruise had been doing up to that point. He plays an older person. He's like all gray hair.
Right.
And he's a hitman. And Jamie Foxx is his cab driver. And it was very different. But it's honestly really good.
He like forces him to take him places, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Right. I remember it being good too, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Good too, yeah.
Yeah.
Next he did War of the
big
Worlds.
summer blowout.
What?
War of the Worlds.
Oh, that one was a remake as well of an old sci-fi film.
It's fine. Like I saw it one time.
I feel like it's
I'm
very
good.
passable. Like it's like, yeah, War of the Worlds. Like I think it was marketed as like being like a big sci-fi, big blockbuster. Like, hey, the next Independence Day, and it very much was not.
Yeah.
It makes me think it wasn't like the Universal tour. Wasn't there a War of the Worlds? Like,
It's a plane
landscape?
crash.
Yeah, it was a plane crash.
Oh, it was.
yeah.
still-
and I
it's
feel
still
like
there.
they still use it for other movies. It's just
Yeah.
a big plane crash. Yeah. Then he did Mission Impossible 3.
Good.
Dun, 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 dun,
I mean-
dun, 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 dun. That's actually a good one. Oh my god, the bad guy is oh god, he passed away. Blonde hair, little heavy set.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Thank you. And he was fantastic. He was a great villain in that one.
Yeah.
Did you remember? Did you ever
Honestly,
see
they end up with pretty good bad guys.
that one? Yeah.
Like all of them, all the bad guys are pretty good.
It's a little bit like James Bond, right? Like where the bad guys all are pretty entertaining and have a unique lore
Yeah.
about them. Mhm. Oh yes.
This next one is Lions for Lambs.
Missed it.
I feel like this one was on the Blockbuster trailers.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Maybe.
law one.
I don't remember.
I don't think I know that one.
Okay. Tropic Thunder.
I don't know that one.
So good.
Fat Lou, or what's his name?
Les Grossman.
Same thing.
Okay, so when we saw that movie in the movie theater, like I took my dad, and this character the whole time, like I was trying to figure out like who is that? Like, I know that,
Yeah.
and I know who that is, and then like in the second half of the movie, I was like out loud, I was like, oh shit, and then my dad's like, what? I was like, that's Tom Cruise, and my dad was like, no, it isn't.
Right.
What are you talking about? And I was like, that's Tom Cruise. And then, of course, at the end, during the credits, you see it's Tom Cruise. And my dad was like, how did you even clock that? Like, I don't know how
it was
did, but like,
good production or physical, what's it called? I'm like practical effects, right?
well,
like-
he's in a fat suit.
Yeah.
But they had even prosthetic hands on him and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
he had like these hairy knuckles and like everything. Like, it was, his character is so crazy. It's so good.
And he doesn't do a lot of comedy.
No.
So it's fun.
It must have just been like, he's like, I'm feeling something different.
Well,
feel
it was a Ben
fat and
Stiller movie, and
sassy.
I think they're friends.
What was that, Amanda?
It's a Ben Stiller movie, and I think they're friends.
Oh, okay. Well, it's because of that,
Yeah, 'cause remember that one
Mission
time?
Impossible
Yeah.
2 thing.
That one
Yeah.
time?
That set him
That
up.
one time.
Yeah. Next one, Valkyrie.
Oh, is that like the World War II one?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Like,
actually really
I never
good.
watched it.
It's really good. I feel like it's a little on the long side, but I think it's like Valkyrie was like a special covert op plan to get Hitler or something like that, where I think Tom Cruise's character goes and joins the other side to infiltrate it, something like that.
I felt like it came out very similar time to Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, and I think it might have been
Yeah.
mixed a little bit when people saw things. Like, there's like, is that
Yeah.
from that movie or that movie? Because one, you know, Quentin Tarantino, at the end of the day, even though he makes stuff that's a little bit more like gory or intense, he has some comedy in it sometimes. Like, Valkyrie's not comedic. It's not a comedic
No.
film, but yeah. All right.
Night and Day.
Which one is it?
Night and Day.
Banger.
Oh, okay.
Knight and Day. Is that
Knight and
that
Day.
help?
Oh, it's actually Knight and Day?
Knight and Day?
Yes.
Oh, that will help. That will help.
All I remember is the cover was like Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz, like
Yeah.
on
Cameron
a
Diaz.
motorcycle.
What year was this?
2010.
2000. What'd you say? 2010?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking
I-
12 years. All right.
I love that movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Night and Day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
one of my like guilty pleasure movies is Romancing the Stone.
Yeah.
And it's like a stupid action adventure love story thing. And it doesn't take itself too seriously. And that movie really reminds me of Romancing the Stone. It's Cameron Diaz's character is like in Every Girl, you know, and then she runs into Tom Cruise's character who is like a government agent.
Right.
And then she kind of gets wrapped up in all of his stuff. And then they fall in love, blah, blah, blah. It's stupid, but it's honestly pretty fun. So it's not a bad one.
What's the cover look like?
The cover on IMDb is not the one that was on the.
Oh, I was going to say,
movie.
that cover looks like Sin City almost. Oh, I don't think I've seen this film at all. I don't even remember it. Huh.
It's not
This.
Oh, never mind. I do remember that cover. Okay.
It's not like a cinematic masterpiece, okay?
Yeah. All right. Well, but I still will see it. What's next?
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, they're good.
Wait, is that the one where he was going to stop being Ethan Hunt and they were going to move it to, like, he was going to retire from Mission Impossible and move it to Hawkeye?
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jeremy
Yeah.
Renner was supposed to be the new replacement for Ethan Hunt, and then it didn't turn out that way. I think Tom Cruise was like, oh, I still want to come back.
I am Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, and now they've done like 2 more since then. But also,
Yeah.
Ving Rhames died. So I think like after this one, you couldn't have his character, and he was always his tech support guy. So kind of changed things up a little bit. Yep.
Next one is Rock of Ages.
I love that film. I love any film that's 80s rock and roll.
Yeah, you really did like this one.
Yep.
I remember.
I remember enjoying it.
Oh, is that the musical?
Yeah.
And he's the rock star.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stacey
I like that one
Jacks.
because it was another one where you're like, is that Tom Cruise?
Yeah,
Like,
right? Because the whole long hair thing, he always had kind of like shoulder length stuff, but not like full on locks.
well, I mean, that's easy, girl. Get a wig.
Get a wig, girl. Okay.
Next, he was Jack Reacher.
Oh, that's good.
Is that the one where they did a TV show with John Krasinski instead?
I think so.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Same, honestly, very similar to Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Like, kind of espionage
Is
stuff.
Is
It's good.
Jack Reacher written by the same guy that did 24?
Oh, I don't know.
Like it's the same writer, so it feels very like it's almost like an extension of 24.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. I know nothing about Jack Reacher.
Tell us, listeners, because we don't want to look it up.
We don't want to do the googs.
Fair.
Oblivion.
Why does
Oh,
that doesn't sound familiar?
okay. Oblivion. We saw that. So it's like in the future. And it's the I know you guys saw this movie. It's the one where like he's a clone or there's like multiples of him and he like his job is to like go to a planet or go somewhere and like make sure that the planet is empty or the place is empty and like it turns out that there's like all these other people and like everything he knew was like a lie.
Oh.
And then he's like he has like flashbacks or something of his wife.
I mean, it sounds like it's right up my alley.
Shit.
Yeah.
I like the
Look it
sci-fi
up.
stuff.
Look it up. That movie's good.
What's the score on it?
7.
Okay. All right. So it
It's
probably
not-
it
it's-
could sneak by.
It's kind of like by the time it ends, you're kind of just like, okay.
Yeah.
But I remember we saw it in the movie theater and I thought it was okay.
Right. Okay. Cool. Good.
All right.
Good.
They needed Edge of Tomorrow.
That's a great film.
Banger.
Yep. Super banger.
That movie was unfortunately a casualty of them changing the name of the movie after they had already made all the promotional material for it.
Oh, what was it called?
So-
Do you remember?
It was originally called Live, Die, Repeat.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the promotional material says Live, Die, Repeat, and then at the very bottom it's like Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But that movie's still good. It's like Groundhog Day,
Yeah.
but sci-fi.
Super awesome. And Emily Blunt did a great job, I remember, in that film. But even Tom Cruise, I remember when I watched that one, I was like, okay, like I hadn't been a huge Cruise fan over the last like 5 years or so, but then that movie, I was like, okay, I'm back. He's got me again. I'm back.
Well, he had like a phase where he was doing a lot of sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
And that was one where that movie must have cost so much money to make.
Sure.
But I think it could have been so much bigger of a hit than it was.
Yeah, I agree. Where, what year are we at now?
It's 2014.
Okay, so he's coming in. He's coming into his own
Yeah,
here.
we're coming hot. All right,
Coming-
next he did Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
Oh, wait, there was 2. Shit.
What?
There was, so after Mission Impossible 3, they'd done 2, and they're like, I know they're sequels, but they're definitely like not, they're like offshoots. Like if they start telling different stories or he's like separated from a couple years.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It's just like for some reason, I don't think I've seen that one.
I feel like this one just flew by.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Amanda?
I've seen it. I'm trying to like remember.
Like the plot?
Yeah.
Because one of them,
I have not seen the most recent one. Like the one with from a couple years ago. I haven't seen it.
So there's been another one on top of that. See,
and
I'm
there's
confused.
another one that is coming out in 2023.
Right, I'm confused because I thought that he was like AWOL, like he was like running away from them in the last one. So now I'm confused. Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Go
Doesn't
watch it.
matter.
Go
Go
watch
watch
it.
it. I don't know. If I'm wrong, somebody please tell me. I'm like confusing all the Mission Impossibles now.
Okay, the next one he did was Jack Reacher Never Go Back.
Missed it.
I didn't watch it.
The Mummy.
Oh,
You watched that recently.
I
didn't
did.
you?
Yeah. What did you think?
Not a banger.
I was gonna say with Brendan Fraser, it's like you can't take my Brendan Fraser, bro.
Okay, yeah, first of all, there's no competition, okay? Second of all, it's not nowhere even close to being the same movie. So I'm not comparing them because they're not it's not like it's a remake, but it was Universal trying to remake the Universal Monsters series.
Right.
So they did Dracula Untold a handful of years ago. And that was kind of like, and then they did this one hoping that Tom Cruise would help kind of catapult this idea that they're going to redo the Universal monster movies.
Right.
And it just makes zero sense.
Because is it like Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in the end of that one?
He's got some screen time.
Yeah. But that's what they were trying to.
Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll is fucking Russell Crowe punching around the world.
Right.
And it doesn't work. His character, like, they needed to have that be like just a little tiny, like, ooh, this is my guy, Dr.
Not like a full villain.
Making them get into a fight.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't make sense. This the mummy, she's like so overpowered that it's like, why are you wasting your time?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff doesn't make sense. But then like there's like a love story happening between Tom Cruise's character and this blonde woman.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Makes zero sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. It's I watched it. I've seen it like twice. It's disappointing. So just don't waste your time. Watch the Brendan Fraser one.
Well, the problem is I feel like the Brendan Fraser one had so much cultural impact, and it was kind of a comedy that when you rewatch this one, you were almost expecting to have a little bit of that, and it's not. It's
well, and they tried.
Yeah.
Like, so it doesn't know what it wants to be. So it has genuine horror elements in it. So especially the beginning when the mummy, the woman, she hasn't like gotten her full form yet, and she's basically like killing people to like drain their energy. The scenes in that where she's like hiding and stuff, those are horror movie scenes.
Right.
Those are horror scenes. And those work.
Yeah.
And there's a couple scenes where she's like following him and like attacking people, and like it's good. It's decent. But then like the guy from New Girl, his character is in it as like Tom Cruise's buddy.
Oh, I remember
like,
that. And he's like the comedic.
Yeah,
like,
and so he
relief,
dies,
yeah.
and he comes back as like a 1980s George Romero zombie character. Like,
Yep, I remember that.
and to me, it was like, dude, the amount of money they put into this movie, they couldn't have put a little bit more money into his character, like physicality stuff. It looked shitty,
Right.
And then he would make these jokes that would like make no sense. And then like you have Tom Cruise's character basically kind of like fall on his own sword to save the day.
Right.
Where the entire movie they're setting him up as like he doesn't care about anyone else. So like when he has this about face at the end, you're kind of just like, but why though?
Yeah,
like
his motivation wasn't believable. And at the end, sorry, spoiler alert on this podcast, he's the mummy now going forward. And they didn't do anything with it because it flopped so hard, right? I'm pretty sure it did not do well.
They were setting it up to be that he is now the mummy, and he was traveling to Egypt to try and reverse his curse, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and did they not do Frankenstein in that
No.
whole thing? Oh, okay. So that wasn't connected with what's his face from Two-Face, Aaron Eckhart's Frankenstein was not connected to that.
You mean I Frankenstein?
Yeah.
No.
No, sweetie. Sorry.
No,
That's not
no.
gonna work. Yeah. Okay,
No,
well, let's move on. That's been a lot of mummy
All right.
talk.
The next one is American Made.
Oh, I never saw that. I wanted to.
I think I missed that one.
He's like a drug runner or something like that.
Yeah.
On the cover,
He,
he's
like,
got a
flies
bag
an
full of
airplane.
cash. So,
Gas in the tank, cash in the bank.
no cash in the bag. It's just
Cash in the bag, gas in the tag.
Okay. Then he did Mission
Sure.
Impossible Fallout.
What?
I think that's the one with Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Probably. There's an Eiffel
Whatever.
Tower in the background.
No, you said his name right. Okay, I may have seen it, but I may have not seen it. I know Henry Cavill was like the bad guy for some reason.
Also, Ving Rhames is in it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Didn't Ving Rhames pass away, or was that someone else?
His IMDb does not have him as deceased.
Oh my God, am I thinking of the other guy?
Are you thinking of Michael Clark Duncan?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
thinking of Michael Clark Duncan.
Just
Marco
because
Clark Duncan.
they are both the same race does not
I'm
mean they look
sorry.
the same,
Have you
Andy.
have you ever seen the? It's like a news anchor, and he's talking to Sam Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson, and he says something like, "I loved you in." Oh my God, what was that? What was the other movie?
Doesn't he think he's Morgan Freeman?
Yes, he says something like, "I loved you in whatever Morgan Freeman movie was," or "I love you in those commercials for." What does Morgan Freeman do the commercials for? Was it like a credit card or something for the longest
March of the
time?
Penguins?
I don't remember what it was, but he just goes. Samuel Jackson's like, not all black people are the same people. Like he's like giving this guy so much shit. So I'm
just
so
remember seeing a
sorry
picture
for
of
Michael Clark
I
Duncan.
just remember seeing a
and
picture
Penguin.
of Samuel Jackson in a shirt that says, "I'm not Morgan Freeman."
I'm not Morgan Freeman. All right.
Okay, the next one is Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, so we're like boom, boom, like we're current.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
everything kind of got put on hold for a couple years. I don't know if you heard
yeah,
about
your
it.
mom's movie got
you
put
mean
on.
you mean with the Tom Cruise like telling everybody to stop messing around on set?
No, I was meaning like the pandemic.
Oh, you mean that whole thing that stopped everybody's lives for 2.5 years and everybody's mentally screwed up now?
I mean, it's still going on, but sure.
Don't worry, monkeypox on the way.
Sure.
I will say this movie has an 8.6.
Which one?
Top Gun Maverick.
Okay, I want to see it just because I love Top Gun. So hopefully I like it too. But does Val Kilmer make an appearance in this one, Amanda?
I don't know. Val Kilmer has had some medical issues.
Oh, a lot. Like
he does.
He
He's
literally
on the credits.
He literally has a voice. His voice is being reacted AI like Stephen Hawking's now.
Yeah. So, yeah, he had, I think, like throat cancer or esophageal cancer or
Yeah.
something, which is sad because I like Val Kilmer.
Yeah,
so
me too. And there's only one Iceman.
right?
Yeah.
So,
All
yeah,
right.
I don't know. I won't watch it. I know my mom will watch it 5 times. I will say when we saw Doctor Strange, they had like an extended preview for it,
Okay.
and we were seeing it in the IMAX, and it looks great.
For
It
what
looks
it's worth.
great.
For what it's worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also to go back a little bit, I think it was Mission Impossible Fallout. That's the one that Tom Cruise broke his foot.
Oh, doing his
Or
own
his
stunts?
foot or
Okay.
ankle or something like that. He was jumping from one building to another, and he landed wrong, and he broke his leg or something like that.
Doesn't that put production on hold for like 3 months when that happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine that sucks.
Or they have to try and like give him a slim enough cast that
Yeah.
it'll like fit under his clothing. But also, Henry Cavill's character has a mustache in that movie, and that
that's right.
mustache
Oh, no.
caused all of the bad CGI in Justice League.
I mean, come on, dude. It would have been so much easier for them to let him shave his mustache and put a fake mustache on versus a CGI over an already mustache.
It looked so bad.
It was terrible.
He had like a wobbly mouth.
Have you seen the AI deep fakes?
Well, no,
It's like deep fakes the face over Keanu Reeves and frickin' Tom Cruise and stuff like that. It's like an actual person pretending to be him and then his face is over it. It's all AI driven, and it did a better job than the CGI artists for Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I'm not shocked.
Yeah,
They
it's not
only
good.
had like a very tiny amount of time to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm not shocked that it looked ridiculous.
That was the Joss Whedon like redo as well, right? That was the reshoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the movie was wrapped and done, and then Zack Snyder had to drop out, so
Yep.
they had to reshoot stuff. And then I think it's Warner Brothers, or Universal, I don't know who owns Mission Impossible. They were just kind of like, yeah, no, he can't shave his face.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man, give him a break. Nope. Good luck.
I don't know. I think it's hilarious.
Meanwhile,
because they're basically like, your movie's done.
yeah,
Like he was done.
right.
And now you want him to come back?
Yeah.
Like it was obviously a long enough span of time for Henry Cavill to be done filming Justice League that he could grow that thick ass mustache.
This is true,
Big
and of
Ben.
course, it wasn't just a little mustache. It was like
No.
a fucking Velcro
Ron
mustache.
Swanson mustache.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not like it was 2 weeks.
That's awesome. What does he have coming up then? Was that
Okay.
was that the last one
That's
released?
the most current one.
Okay.
In 2023, like Amanda mentioned, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1,
Whoa.
and then Part 2 comes out in 2024.
Okay.
He also has an untitled Tom Cruise / SpaceX project,
Oh.
and
Oh God.
Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat.
Oh, dang! It's back.
Yeah.
See, live, die, repeat. So they're changing the name again.
They're changing it back.
They're going back
Yeah.
to it. That's incredible. So, do you guys think that Tom Cruise one day will be too old to actually look like any type of action star? Because I don't know, Liam Neeson's doing it, and he's 70, right? So maybe Tom Cruise can do it.
They have
forever.
Harrison Ford trying to do it, and it doesn't work.
No, it
Yeah.
didn't work. It looked like an old man with a hip replacement in the last Indiana Jones, and that was 10 years ago.
The thing is, I mean, what Tom Cruise is 55 now?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe older.
but he I think it's because that is him who's running. You know, it is him physically doing this stuff.
Yeah.
So it isn't like all CG'd, or you don't see him, stuck to a rig. So it's like believable up to a certain point. So for now, it's somewhat believable. Eventually, it won't be anymore.
So, like I mentioned at the beginning, he was born in 1962, so that makes him 60.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
he's going to be a zombie one day. Like,
I mean, Scientology.
I mean,
Space
lizard
walrus.
people.
lizard people. It's the tooth.
Yeah.
The tooth brings it together.
It's his power.
I just feel like he
Center
calls
tooth.
everything right down the middle.
Yeah.
Stupid. Okay, that's it for Tommy?
That's it.
Thomason Cruise.
Thomas Map Thor, the priest.
Mapothor.
Yeah, Thor.
The fourth. Naport the
Awesome.
fourth.
Well, Ash,
What?
thanks so much
You
for
are so welcome.
taking us down a murmury lane.
Just to recap, I'm pretty sure I was right when I said I only saw 3 movies.
Ouch. That's not very good.
He's not my favorite.
That's fair. Amanda, how many have you seen out of that list?
Most of them, I feel like.
I think I saw most of them. Okay, what is your favorite Tom Cruise movie out of those movies?
After going back through them, I would say The Mummy was really good.
Dude, he liked it.
Amanda's eyebrows are so high. I was just excited that there would be a Monsters universe, and then it ate shit, and then it disappeared, and I was sad.
Oh, then they pooped in it real
yeah,
bad.
it's screwed up. But dude, I got to go back to stuff like Top Gun, Mission Impossible. Like those are always going to be my.
I think you like Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, Edge of Tomorrow is really good. I might say that's
Yeah,
my favorite current film of Tom Cruise.
Edge of Tomorrow was incredible. The first Mission Impossible is so good. I think Minority Report is up there for me too.
I agree.
really like Minority Report.
That's a good one. That's a good call. What about you, Ash? Out of all of them, what's the one you want to see now?
Rain Man to me is classic.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's a good
Fair.
drama. It's a good drama.
Ashley, have you seen Minority Report?
Nope.
You should watch. I think you should watch that one.
I think you'd
Maybe.
like it mainly just because it's crime and murder, but it's
But it's Tom
it's
Cruise.
predetermined by cogs or something. I feel like they call them. I don't remember.
Yeah, so basically they have like the Oracle, you want to call it Oracle. And the Oracle like predicts crimes before they happen.
Yeah.
So you end up in the thing of like, well, what's the guarantee that it's going to happen? Like, will it or won't it happen? But you have like police officers who convict people of crimes before they happen.
Right.
And then basically Tom Cruise's character gets accused of doing a bad thing before it happens.
Yep.
So then
So it's kind of like Moon Knight, right? Wasn't that an aspect in Moon Knight?
A little bit, yeah.
Where they like kill the people before they do bad
Yes,
things, so they don't do bad things?
Ahmet kills
Yeah,
them before
kinda.
they do the bad
Sure.
things. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
And because I can relate everything to Futurama, there's also a Futurama episode where they do the same idea.
Oh.
It's like a Minority Report spoof.
I'd see it. Straight up. I'd
Cool.
watch it. Amanda, where can people come find us if they want to tell us, number one, a street cred actor they would like, and number two, if they want to tell us off?
Go to our Instagram at Real Awkward Podcast, and then you can talk to us over there. We would love to hear if you guys have an author, an actor, director, whatever you want to hear us talk about.
Can I
let us know.
Can I remind them that they have to write it on a piece of paper and take a picture of it and send it to us in our DMs?
That's correct. So this is how it works now because someone actually did it like this, so now everybody has to. Write it down and take a picture. So first, go find paper and a pen, and then do that.
Yeah, good luck. And then also, Amanda, what about our Patreon? That's still going, right?
Sure. So it's patreon.com/Real Awkward Podcast. Go check us out over there. $3 a month gets you exclusive episodes and some random other stuff. Who knows?
Stickers, right? We got stickers?
Sure.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to this silly podcast. We will catch you on the next episode of the Real Awkward Podcast.
Bye-bye.
Bye.